perhaps should have started with the seam bowlers? What do you think, Abdurrahman?
Well, with Sultan in the lineup, they will always go with him with the new ball, but maybe they missed a trick and didn't go with either Kashif or Zahoor in the first over. We've seen that in 20 over format. Usually the captain goes with a spinner in the first over just to gauge how the batsmen are going to get that one over out of the way. As we have a look at Kashif Dawood, he's making his T20 debut for the UAE. Age 35, but he's supremely fit.
Extremely handy all-rounder. Swings the ball both ways and can bat in the middle order as well. Get some quick runs for you. He's a very, very top-class cricketer. And also does some coaching in the Sharjah Cricket Academy. So making his T20I debut. What a moment for him. Down the leg side, nicely flicked away towards square leg. He'll pick up single. Basil Hamid moving in very swiftly there. So Bard is looking in decent touch. Perhaps the lines have not been as accurate as Ahmed Raza would have liked. Rohan Mustafa on screen there. We all know plenty about him. A jolly character, a lively character, and a top-class player as well.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he comes into bowl with the new ball as well, with the left-hander on strike. Sultan had an indifferent start, so we might even see Rohan Mustafa come into bowl as early as the 4th or 5th over. Kashif Dawood will feeling just a little bit of the nerves.
Punched off the back foot, but straight to that man Rohan Mustafa at backward point. Well, I would like to say one thing here, Abdurrahman. You have chosen to bowl first. How about giving your fast bowler an attacking field, get some slips in there?
Well, again, I think the fact that we were covering a 50 over format might have spoilt us just a little bit. The 20 over format.
Kashif Dawood continuing round the wicket to Zain Green. Nicely worked once again, but straight to the cover fielder. Chirag Suri, very active, very lively, on and off the field. He only goes at one speed.
If you follow his TikTok and his reels and his Instagram account, you'll know that he's a very lively character on and off the field as well. And his batting has improved so much. It's become very destructive.
Oh, wide slash at that one. My goodness, that could have gone absolutely anywhere. And umpire Iftikhar Ali, outstretched arms. That's the first extra of the day.
Well, based on that delivery, I think you're absolutely spot on, Ahmed. They should get that slip in. He's getting the ball to move away from the left-hander. He slashed at 2 outside off. Both went to the point region. This one moved quite a bit off the pitch. If he can get his line right, that length is absolutely perfect.
Once again, that live grass at both ends. This time over square leg. Straight to the fielder. Kashif Dawood has got a wicket on debut. What a start.
Absolutely brilliant. First over, Green playing that square leg flick shot, not timing it as well, and Kashif Dawood on debut takes the first wicket. Absolutely brilliant scenes.
It was Rizwan CP at square leg with the safe hands. It was a bit short on midland leg. The shot was on, but straight down the fielder's throat, who took a very, very good catch. Well done, Rizwan CP.
But this will give Kashif Dawood a lot of confidence. Again, on debut, there are a lot of nerves when you're coming into bowl. Regardless of how much cricket you've played domestically or in the nets, it's just a completely different feeling when you're in an international debut.
Absolutely, it's a different kind of pressure. It's a different kind of feeling in front of a televised audience, millions watching at home and on social media. But that man on screen, number 14, Kashif Dawood, what a moment for him. He's toiled hard, he's worked hard for this moment, and getting a wicket in just your 4th delivery, that'll give him a lot of confidence.
And again, we were talking about that line. He is getting the ball to move just a little bit. The ball previous to this was a wide outside off stump, but this one right in the stumps. Comes into bowl again.
Nicely punched, but straight to the cover fielder. It's Craig that has come out to bat with Bard, 9 of 6. So it's been a successful over, a tight start. I would still like to see a more attacking field here for Kashif Dawood Abdurrahman.
Well, with the two right-handers on strike now, I think, yes, a slip coming in would be an ideal situation. He is getting that ball to move away from the right-hander as well. Kashif can bowl in both directions.
Nicely cut away and beautiful fielding at the cover point. My goodness, brilliant stuff.
Absolutely magnificent from Rizwan. He's come in from the boundary. He was at square leg for the left-hander, just came in to the point region and saves a certain boundary. So Kashif Dawood just giving away the 2 runs. One of them was an extra. That was absolutely brilliant, and that's what you need in the field to support your bowler.
That was absolutely smashed, and Rizwan CP just admonishing himself. He should have had a shy at the stumps, but he saved a certain 4 runs for his side. 11 for 1 after 2 overs, and Kashif Dawood with a successful start. A wicket to his name, only 2 runs given away. And Sultan Ahmed will continue from the other end. It's the Blue Eagles of Namibia versus the Falcons of the UAE. Oh, beats the outside edge. Quicker delivery, just seamed off the deck a bit. Beautiful stuff.
That's a stock delivery. That's his bread and butter for Sultan. Again, the first ball was a bit of a loosener, but now he's found his line, and look at that length as well. You don't know whether you want to go on the back foot or the front foot. Absolutely brilliant.
This time, lovely punch through extra cover. The fielder dives around, and the captain Ahmed Raza at mid-off does extremely well. That was very well struck by Craig Williams, and he gets off the mark. So the UAE team are absolutely switched on here. They've been ready for this moment.
Yes, they seem to be a lot more hungrier than Namibia at the moment. They've been out of the international scene for quite a while.
Reverse sweep past the keeper. My goodness, well executed shot there from Bard. Kashif Dawood, oh my goodness. Almost got there, just trickled away, and that's 4 runs for Namibia.
Well, if you've ever played on the ICC Academy grounds, you know these outfield is lightning fast. Again, that wasn't even timed that properly. Just got a little bit of bat on it. It's a lot of pace from Sultan. And look at that ball, just goes over the outfield so quickly. Kashif had absolutely no chance.
And of course, he is bowling with the breeze, interestingly. So that ball is going through even quicker. This time, tried to cut that away, bit of a bottom edge. But Jonathan Bard is not wasting any time. He's going to get on with the game. He backs himself, and that's the right approach in white ball cricket. You can't die wondering, just go after the ball. Once again, trying to power that through extra cover. But Sultan is doing an excellent job here for his captain.
Good dodge, Silly.
13 off 11. Once again, that reverse. Kashif Dawood, a bit of a misfield. He got a slight hand to it, but it will run away for 4. That's poor stuff from the big burly all-rounder.
Well, he sets himself on very high standards, Kashif Dawood. He's a very good outfielder. Will be very disappointed, but again, very good looking shot. As soon as it passes the infield, it's going for 4. That outfield is lightning quick today.
Absolutely. So Sultan Ahmed looking a bit miffed, looking a bit grumpy. He wouldn't have liked those misfields from his fellow bowler. But still, the run rate is pretty much in check. Not too many runs on the board for Namibia. This is the picturesque ICC ground. And let's take a look at the playing 11s then. Stephen Bard opening for Namibia, Zane Green, Craig Williams, Merv Erasmus, the captain, David Wiesa, a very famous player, played all-around franchise cricket in T20s, JJ Smith, Jan Freilink, Piki Yafrance, Ruben Trumpelman, Carl Birkenstock, and Bernard Schultz.
Well, I've got the easy part now. The UAE team, Mohammad Wasim, Chirag Suri, Rizwan CP, Vritya Irvin, Mohammad Usman, Rohan Mustafa, Kashif Dawood on debut, Ahmed Raza the captain, Sultan Ahmed, Zahoor Khan and Basil Hamid. It's a very strong batting lineup for UAE today.
Absolutely, they bat deep and they bat big. That's a very, very strong lineup. Kashif Dawood to continue. Worked away towards cover. 20 for 1 is the score. And what I like about Bard's batting here, he has his plans very clear. If Sultan Ahmed is going to fire that ball in, I'm going to reverse him, or I'm trying to punch the ball through cover point. So he's come well prepared and he's batting really nicely out there. Pressure on Craig Williams to give him some support though. 20 for 1 the score for the Blue Eagles. Down the leg side, fine leg is in the circle, but he didn't get enough bat on it. It is going to pull up. With Zahoor Khan, another excellent seam bowler, played in the PSL recently for Quetta Gladiators. I'm excited to see him bowl as well.
And we'll see him come bowl in the death most probably. Again, it'll be very exciting to see when he comes to bowl, most probably against the likes of David Visa. But Kashif Dawood just trying a little bit too much. I think that line just on outside off stump, moving away.
This time firmly off the back foot. That's much more like it. Just be on that good length spot around that off and middle line. There's not much a batter can do about that.
Whether it's a 20-over game, test match, even in a one-day, that line outside off stump, just top of off stump, it's very difficult to get away. You need to improvise as a batsman, shuffle across, or maybe play the hook or, the ramp shot or something like that.
Oh, down the ground this time and immediately recognized that the batter was coming out and changed his length, pulled it back. Excellent bowling by Kashif. He's only conceded 3 runs in his 10 deliveries. That is outstanding stuff. And that too on debut, Abdurrahman.
Yeah, and one of them was a wide. So it's very difficult to get bat on ball with Kashif Dawood bowling.
The UAE have kept a lid on the scoring. I think they won't want to chase anything more than 150 on this track. So they've kept the scoring under check for now. Down the leg side, nicely flicked away towards square leg. Basil Hamid cleans up. Good sharp throw there. The UAE seem to be very switched on. The body language is excellent.
Well, you have a look at Bard batting. It's like he's batting on a completely different surface. He looks very confident, very compact in his technique as well. He'll have to get that support from Craig if they want to get to that 160, 170 mark, which I think will be a safe total against a strong UAE batting lineup.
Pulled away this time. Basil Hamid is working hard at square leg and he won't make it. That's a top shot. 4 overs gone. Namibia 28 for 1.
Well, that's a very disappointing finish by Kashif Dawood. He was bowling well. That over was going nicely. But then he bowls a short delivery. The ball goes for 4 to fine leg.
Doesn't quite have the pace to bowl that length. Nicely turned away. Nice swivel pull there from Craig Williams. And as soon as he found the gap with that lightning outfield, it was going all the way. There you can see the Team Namibia dugout. These warm-up games before round 1 of the World T20 are absolutely crucial for them. Their next 3 or 4 games are basically finals for them to fulfill a dream to play at the T20 World Cup. And they're oh so close. It's within touching distance. This man is looking very confident out there. Batting beautifully. Very organized technical player. Doesn't play too many crazy shots over the top of the outfield. It's just correct along the carpet. And if you can succeed like that at T20I level, you'll make a lot of runs.
Yes, all this excitement of playing ramp shots and flicks and behind the keeper, sometimes just need to keep it simple as an opening batsman. With the field in the circle, there are a lot more gaps. once you're through that gap, the ball is always going to go for 4. We have a look at the bowling change now. Zahoor Khan, interestingly, coming to bowl in the power play.
Nicely punched, but there's a mid-wicket in place. A career economy rate of 6.8 for Zahoor Khan. That is absolutely outstanding, Abdurrahman.
And again, you have to remember that he bowls at least 3 overs in the death. So 6.8 bowling in the death is absolutely magnificent.
His trademark delivery is that slower bouncer. He bowls that really well. So the Namibia team will need to be careful. Watch out for that one. That's his wicket-taking ball. Worked away towards mid-wicket. In the gap this time. Mohammad Usman will clean up, but they will pick up a single.
Well, I am going to say something absolutely blasphemous with Bard. Reminds me of a South African batsman.
I have one in mind as well, but I'll wait for you first.
With certain A, B, and D in his initials, but if you look at the way he bats and the face of the bat when he plays it on the leg side, very, very familiar to A.B. de Villiers.
Well, honestly, I had an English player of South African origin, Jason Roy.
Yes.
Very, very similar techniques. Nicely glided away. Short third man in the circle. That is a beautifully executed shot by Craig Williams for 4.
Very intelligent. He knew third man was in the circle. All he needed to do was get a little bit of bat on it. And he's guided it down to the third man boundary for 4. So good start there from Namibia.
Really well executed shot. A bit too much room there. Short third man in the circle. That is absolutely criminal. Zahoor Khan, you need to bowl a lot straighter. That's a free boundary basically.
Well, they're making a change now. Third man is going back and deep cover is coming in. Interesting to see that deep cover fielder outside the circle in the beginning for Zahoor Khan.
This time goes for that big expansive shot. My goodness. Extra bounce there for Zahoor. Craig Williams a bit overconfident there.
Well, with the cover fielder now in the circle and mid-off in the circle as well, I think he was just trying to go over them and get a boundary. But Zahoor Khan is deceptively quick. So good comeback from Zahoor.
Yeah, it's fair enough. There's only 6 overs of the batting power play. You have to maximize your scoring shots. Slower delivery this time, punched past mid-off. But Ahmed Raza will clean up. Tall, lanky, left-arm orthodox bowler. He'll have a big role to play this afternoon.
As this is a fresh wicket, as you were mentioning at the pitch report, somebody like Ahmed Raza will play a huge role here. He bowls from a very long, very tall height and gets a lot of bounce.
And of course, it's a very spin-heavy lineup here. Rizwan CP can bowl some leg break. Basil Hamid off spin. Ahmed Raza himself. So they just need to negotiate the first 6 overs with the seamers. Save Zahoor and Kashif for the death, perhaps. And get that spin strangle on. Lovely punch down the ground this time. That is going all the way for 4. A handsome drive by Stephen Bard.
Well, that had Jason Roy's influence all over it, Ahmed. Absolutely brilliant shot that. Straight drive, full face of the bat and goes racing to the boundary for 4. So an expensive over by Zahoor Khan. Let's have a look at that again. Yes, very much like the player you were mentioning. So Namibia is off to a very good start.
And with that princely off drive, I'll just step out of the comm box. And to replace me would be Shoaib Ahmed.
Thank you, Ahmed. A very good morning to all our viewers all around the world. The first game between UAE and Namibia, the one-off T20 International. Abdul Rahman, a good start here for Namibia, 38 for 1 in the 5 overs that have been played so far. Last over of the power play will be looking to capitalize here.
Well, the wily Rohan Mustafa coming into bowl. Welcome to the Combox, Shoaib. Good to have you on the side. And yes, a very good start there. Fuller delivery this time. It's running to the boundary for 4. Brilliant cover drive there by Craig. Mustafa just a little bit fuller in length. And 42 in 5.2. Absolutely brilliant start by Namibia in the power play.
Yes, in fact, the first few overs were a little sedate for Namibia, but they've got their foot set in right now and looking absolutely magical. That drive, the glorious drive from the bat of Craig, who's on 15 of 12, looks really good. Meanwhile, another good shot there. So scoring in boundaries are Namibia, and that was another effective shot clearing the infield. Looks really, really good, Craig.
Yes, an aggressive shot again. Once you clear that inner circle, the ball is always going to race away for 4. This is a lightning fast outfield at the ICC Academy. And Rohan Mustafa now under pressure, having to bowl in the power play. He's already conceded 2 boundaries in the first 3 deliveries.
Yes, definitely some pressure on Rohan Mustafa. This time, good single. So this is good batting, sensible batting from both these Namibia batters, Bard and Craig. They know they've got a few boundaries and now they can rotate, strike and keep the scoreboard ticking. This is absolutely brilliant batting coming in from Namibia.
Almost 50 odd runs in the power play is an absolutely brilliant start. Again on the pads with the long on and deep mid wicket. That's the only line Rohan Mustafa can bowl. The batsmen will know that. So having taken 2 boundaries, now they've got 2 singles and 10 runs off the over already.
Another good single taken. In fact, they're going for 2 and will get them easily. This is good running between the wickets. So they're not only displaying a good stroke play, they also are showing us that they're really good between the wickets. 6 overs gone, Namibia 50 for 1.
Well, with that double, the 50 comes up for Namibia in just the power play. That's the ideal start when you come into bat, especially when the captain, the opposing captain, has put you in. So if we look at that batting lineup, Stephen Bard, 24 of 17 deliveries. Craig Williams just walked in, 15 of 20, 15 deliveries, 22 runs. There's a lot of batting still to come. That man, David Visa, if he can get 6 or 7 overs, Shoaib, he could change this game completely. So they've got an excellent platform for somebody to come in and play strong.
Yes, it's absolutely a good start, no doubt about that for Namibia, but things will slow down a little bit since the power play overs are done and you will see some spin attack. The skipper of UAE, Ahmad Raza, has brought himself in. 41 matches, 29 wickets, an average of 30, but a very, very good economy of 6.28. That's really good bowling in a T20 format.
Yes, he usually comes into bowl after the power play, but has a lot of pressure. Sometimes even bowls in the death overs. 6.28 economy rate. Absolutely magnificent. He has a big role to play now. Namibia is off to a very good start.
Yes, a premeditated shot there. And will get 2 runs for that shot. Way outside off, and he still went for that paddle sweep or just a scoop sweep. I don't know what they call it nowadays. So many sweeps and switch hits and reverse hits and all of that. So, but already had decided that he wanted to play that shot, and that ball was way outside off. In normal cricket, a coach would have actually pulled you up for playing that kind of shot, but not anymore in World T20.
Raza coming in again. This time the reverse sweep. So we're having a look at everything happening. Yes, life was much simpler in the old days when they were just to cut, the cover drive, the straight drive, and the pull. But now, as you can say, premeditated. And it was interesting that first shot when he played that premeditated sweep, even Kashif Dawood was premeditating at short fine leg. And he went in the completely wrong direction. This is why they ran two. But this misfield now causing one run. Craig Williams comes on strike for the first time.
That's right, a good looking shot, but straight to the fielder, Chirag Suri, at short covers. And again that reverse sweep, trying to go for that shot, and that is why it's not been called a wide. So good umpiring there, realizing that the batsman had switched his batting style. There you see, and since he wanted to go for it, it's not been called a wide.
Well, that was very intelligent umpiring, as you said. If you look at Usman just falling down, trying to get that ball. See the character Rohan Mustafa coming and consoling him. But yeah, sometimes you have to keep it a bit simple. That ball, if he had played it just normally with fine leg in the circle, just played the normal sweep shot or paddle shot, he could have gotten 4. So intelligent bowling by Ahmed Raza.
Yes, Razi.
Yes, intelligent bowling, and a very good over comes to an end from Ahmed Raza. Just 4 runs off it. Namibia are 54 for 1 after 7. So there you see the first 6 overs of the game, the power play overs, and they looked really good, Namibia. They had a positive intent, a positive start, barring that wicket. They've been really effective with the sweeps and the reverse sweep. So a very, very smart brand of cricket at display here from Namibia.
Very intelligent batting. You can have a look at Craig when he came in, just played some delicate cut shots and then drives as well. Once again, in this outfield, once you cross that inner circle, it's always going to run away for 4.
Yes, placement was key. They were finding the gaps at regular intervals, and that is why they've been so effective in getting these runs on board. Namibia 54 for 1. Craig is on 23 of 18. He looks good. Bard has also played really well, scoring at more than a run a ball, 27 of 20. Meanwhile, it's Sultan Ahmed, the left arm spinner, into the attack one more time. This time it's been played nicely. So spin on both ends for UAE, and that is the right call, I reckon.
Yes, and I hope that we'll get to see somebody like Rizwan CP bowl as well. When we were covering the domestic tournament, he bowled really well as a leg spinner. Sultan coming into bowl again. So with 2 left-handers bowling, it's a very similar looking bowling lineup. There has to be some variety here. Rohan Mustafa's first over going for 11 runs, so he has to step up as well.
Another good shot. This is absolutely brilliant batting. Ball going and beating the fielder to the fence. Kashif Dawood had given up already. And that's the 4 number 9 for Namibia. Very, very brilliant, very, very effective, very, very smart batting from Namibia.
Yes, they're using Sultan's pace. He's changed ends. He's coming from a different end now. But again, the result is still the same. Craig this time playing that reverse sweep and getting 4. The short third man fielder is quite square. So as soon as it passes him, it's going to go for 4 runs.
No run. Yes.
Good comeback, very good comeback from Sultan. He's a lot quicker in the air. We've seen that over the years. He's not a regular left arm spinner. He's almost like a medium pacer who uses his fingers while bowling. So this time, lucky Sultan Ahmed. So yes, he's a very different kind of bowler. One of the very few fast spin bowlers that you would find in World T20. Likes to open the bowling, likes to bowl in the power plays. So yes, a lot is expected from the experienced Sultan Ahmed.
No run. Clear.
The last ball is a dot ball as well. So much better over by Sultan. And yes, he's one of those bowlers that does not try to turn the ball at all. His stock delivery is the one that just goes straight, and then there's another one that comes in as what you would think of as an in swinger from a right hand bowler. So everybody who's trying to play him for the turn is going to get deceived. So if you look at that bowling lineup, he has gone for a few though. 3 overs, 24 runs. Kashif Dawood's been brilliant. 2 overs, 8 runs. Gets that first wicket, his debut wicket. And then Zahoor Khan and Rohan Mustafa have bowled at 1 over each, but gone for 10 and 12 respectively. So they've used 5 bowlers. It'll be interesting to see if they go for a sixth bowling option or not.
Well, they have Basil who can bowl some really handy off spinners. Basil Hamid. So, oh, that is a chance. Is it? Yes. It would have been a chance there, missed by Ritya Arvind. A little quicker in the air, Ahmed. Beaten for pace. And beaten for pace was also Ritya Arvind.
Well, that's another misfield. Chirag Suri not able to collect that ball. But yes, that's a big stumping chance missed. Vritya Arvind getting hit on the shoulder. That bounce deceiving both the batsman and the wicketkeeper.
Yes, a chance gone begging, as they say.
Nice, Raz.
Meanwhile, it's a much better delivery. What we've seen so far from the Namibian batsmen is that they like to play square of the wicket. They have swept a lot. They have reverse swept a lot. So as a captain, Ahmed Raza would be wanting them to play straight because the boundaries are not that small. Again, that lap shot, that lap sweep comes into picture, and that ball has gone all the way for a 4. So that's what exactly I was talking about. A lot of shots, a lot of boundaries going in that area. He needs to plug that and make them play straight.
Yes, we've seen most of the boundaries have been behind the wicket or square of the wicket. So yes, they do have to change their plans just a little bit, but you have to give kudos to the batsman for improvising and playing those shots. Not easy getting down on your knee without the helmet and trying to scoop somebody like Ahmed Raza who can easily bounce you.
This time they play it straight. This time they find the gap. This is another good shot from the bat of Craig. That's another boundary. Very well played there.
Well, that correction, every batsman will know that once you've paddle swept somebody, they'll try to correct it, go a little bit shorter. And that's a very good looking shot by Craig. Plays to the mid-wicket boundary for 4. So UAE is actually leaking quite a bit of runs now, even outside the power play.
This time he's played that straight to Ahmed Raza. A dot ball to end the over. Need some desperate planning and change of execution from the UAE players and the skipper. 9 overs gone. Namibia are 69 for 1. Right, so 9 overs gone. Namibia are 69 for 1. And it is Rohan Mustafa who's been brought into the attack. Again, you see that reverse sweep. And it's gone fine. A fielding effort there from Rizwan. We'll have to check that again. Looks like he's managed to keep the ball inside the fence. But again, one more time, Abdul Rahman, that reverse sweep. So they are trying to play a lot square of the wicket. They need to plug that somehow, UAE. This time coming down the ground and nicely played. Not timed it too well, but will get a single.
Well, both the spinners for UAE, Sultan and Rohan Mustafa, are actually quite quick compared to just traditional spinners. So it's very easy to play that ramp or that scoop and get a boundary, especially with the outfield so quick.
Yes, taking runs at will. Namibia, no dot balls whatsoever, hardly any dot balls. They get the odd boundary and then rotate the strike really well, and this is what is needed in T20s. The lesser the dot balls, the more pressure you put on the opposition. Meanwhile, another good shot, good fielding effort there from Zahoor. Has saved a certain boundary. They have taken 3. Saved a run there for his team, Zahoor.
But again, square of the wicket, those shots that they're playing, this one as well, a traditional sweep shot. Nonetheless, they get 3. So 8 runs of the over so far. And a rare dot ball by Rohan Mustafa. 77 in just a 10th over. So very good start by Namibia. They'll be looking at that 180 mark now.
Nice.
Oh yes, absolutely. UAE need a wicket. They need a wicket desperately. Who can get them that wicket? 10 overs gone. Namibia are 77 for 1. And while it's a drinks break on the ground, there's a change in the com box. I have a change in my partner. It is Ahmed Khwaja who has joined me. Ahmed, welcome. Looks like a good start, a very good start for Namibia.
Thank you very much, Shoaib. Yes, Stephen Bard and Craig Williams batting absolutely beautifully here. 40 of 29 for Craig Williams. The captain Merv Erasmus listed to come in next, but this partnership has really set a platform at the halfway stage. If you're looking to double that score and get a little bit more, 170, 175 is definitely on. The spin not proving effective here for that man on screen, Ahmed Raza.
Oh yes, absolutely. And we were discussing, me and Abdul Rahman, about the shots that they have played so far, Namibia. Most of the shots that they've played are square of the wicket. You can see the sweeps and the reverse sweeps and the switch hits coming in on a consistent basis from Namibia. 2 runs taken there. So there has to be a plan coming in from UAE to plug that, to try and stop that and make them play straight. Because we haven't seen even a single aerial shot played towards the long off or the long on region.
Absolutely, their games versus spin are very organized. They're good with those paddles, those flicks. Short ball this time swung away towards square leg. And that is going all the way for 6.
Well, a loose delivery, a poor delivery coming in from Ahmed Raza. And making full use of that is Craig, who's played that absolutely right from the middle of the bat. No chance there for Sultan whatsoever. So a good looking shot, a huge 6 coming from the bat of Craig. He's quickly moved on to 48 of 31. And this is really good batting, very, very good batting. Namibia looks like a promising side, and the opposition in their World T20 qualifiers will be closely watching these games as well.
Nice, Raz.
It's been a very impressive effort here from Craig Williams. He's moved on to 49 of just 32 deliveries. That strike rate is above 150 plus. And he's made the UAE bowlers toil here. You can see the expression on Captain Ahmed Raza's face. He looks a bit perplexed. Quick single this time. My goodness, if he had fielded that off his own bowling, there was definitely a chance for a run out. But once again, the ball slipping out of his grasp.
Yes, a fumble there, and that allows both these players to go for a single. This time he's played that down straight to long off. Wasim is the man there, Mohammad Wasim. And that is a 50 from Craig. Well played 50 there from Craig. Absolutely brilliant. Took his time initially and then showed all the skills that he has. Played all around the ground and has put on a mark here. A great impression, a great first impression, Craig Williams.
This time trying to slice that away, but gets a dot ball to end the over. 11 overs gone. Namibia are 88 for 1.
Yes, this is a good start. They haven't lost a wicket after they lost their first wicket. And this partnership is looking really, really good for Namibia. UAE under some kind of pressure. They don't know how to take wickets now. How and who is the man to go to get those wickets? Absolutely no pressure at all on these Namibian batters. They have put on a show here.
Absolutely excellent batting effort here from Craig Williams and Stephen Bard. They've set the platform for their side. The UAE are on the back foot right now. Captain Ahmed Raza needs to make a move, and he's made just that. Zahoor Khan back into the attack, so he switched to the seam bowler. Enough of the spin. Didn't see a lot of purchase out there. Perhaps he can come in and prove to be effective. His first over did go for 10 runs, but now the field has been spread out. He'll have some relief with the boundary riders. But UAE desperately need a wicket here, Shoaib.
Oh yes, absolutely. Namibia has not given an inch in the first 11 overs of the game. Zahoor is the man who's been brought into the attack. Will be looking for a wicket. He knows how to take wickets, Zahoor. And likes to mix things up really nicely. The slower bounce especially is his stock ball. And there you go. The first ball itself is a slower bouncer. How well do we know these players?
Completely foxed Craig Williams there. That ball absolutely bowled into the pitch. And he's been batting so beautifully. Was completely flummoxed there. But 88 for 1, the platform is set.
Yes, the platform is set for Namibia. Meanwhile, waited for that slower delivery and has tonked that all the way. It's gone and past the fence. It's gone into the trees there. That's a huge six.
He was ready for it this time. Once again, bowled into the pitch. And Craig Williams said, I'll have a bit of that. And he smashed it over mid-off for half a dozen. That's a top shot.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Just waited for it for a second and then played that up and over the mid-off fielder, Ahmed Raza. The ball went onto the bank, so it was not a very small six. It was a huge six from the bat of Craig. 56 of 35. He is looking really, really good. And Namibia are also looking very good. 94 for 1 in just 11.2. So that 170, 180 is definitely on for Namibia. This time, a much better shot along the ground. Will just get a single.
Well, plan B for the UAE seems to be coming undone as well. As we get nearer towards the noon hour, the pitch has flattened out. There was a bit of spice early on in the batting power play when Kashif Dawood produced a very good wicket, excellent catch at square leg. But after that, the Blue Eagles have dominated the contest and looking good for a big score.
Yes, again looking for that scoop shot, and then at the last moment just checked it really nicely, guiding it to third man. So sensible innings coming here from Bard. He knows Craig is playing really well, and he needs to give the strike to Craig as much as he can because he is on a flow. He's on a roll right now, Craig Williams. Middling the ball pretty nicely.
Yes, been an excellent partnership between Stephen Bard and Craig Williams. Nearing 100 mark, in fact. Not too far away from that. But the expression on Zahoor Khan's face says it all. They're looking a bit flummoxed here with this counter-attack from Namibia. This time swung away towards long on, straight to the fielder. And there it is. Zahoor Khan has produced a wicket for the UAE. Well bowled.
Oh yes, this was the wicket that they were waiting for. It's the danger man, Craig Williams, who has to walk back. Again, good bowling in the slot. Was trying to go for a big hit. Did not time it too well. And an easy catch taken there by the fielder. So Craig Williams, the man who scored heavily for Namibia and played a handy knock, has to walk back. 57 of 37 is what he scored. And Namibia 96 for 2.
Absolutely superb innings here from Craig Williams. That strike rate of 154, very, very useful, especially when you lose an early wicket. And here comes the skipper. Pardon me, I'm falling all over myself in excitement.
Yes, Gerard Erasmus, the skipper of Namibia.
And it is not an easy situation to come into bat. It's the 12th over, so you need to accelerate immediately. Can't take a lot of time to get set when you have the likes of David Weezer in your lineup who can swing for the fences with that long handle. But that man on screen, Zahoor Khan, he was elated, producing a breakthrough for his captain Ahmed Raza. And now the UAE have a bit of an opening here.
So the skipper of Namibia is out in the middle for them and trying to go for a handy knock here. Oh, brilliant start there from Erasmus. Absolutely from the middle of the bat, and they'll get 2 for that. An overthrow will result in an extra run. Zahoor is not happy.
98 for 2 after 12 overs then. Yes, Zahoor a bit miffed that an overthrow was conceded, but you have to take a chance at this stage. If you could have produced a wicket off a direct hit, it would have been absolutely worth it. And that score predictor of 183, that'll be a tall order for UAE.
Oh yes, 183 is a very good total on this wicket, on this ground. The wicket looks really good for batting, not much turn, even bounce. And today is not a typical summer day in Dubai. The weather is getting a little better, just a little bit. A lot more conducive for cricket. And I'm sure Namibia will be feeling the heat here, but also in the same breath, they are used to this kind of playing conditions, I assume.
Yes, absolutely. It can get quite hot out there in sub-Saharan Africa as well. Not easy conditions, but they have adapted very nicely. They have looked in command of the game. After Zane Green went down in the second over, it was a brilliant partnership between Craig Williams and Stephen Bard and Kashif Dawood. So Ahmed Raza making some moves here, bringing on his fast bowlers.
Yes, that's right. Zahoor Khan has got a wicket. The previous partnership was of 85 runs. They were closing on to that 100-run partnership. Got a wicket at the right time, Zahoor Khan for UAE.
Around this time, Tony Ura has sent this out of the ICC Academy all the way for 6.
Well, like I said, it's gone into the other oval. That's how clean Tony Ura hits. When he middles it, it just keeps on going and going and going. That's exactly what's happened here. It was in the slot, asking to be hit. And that is a big 6. On the television sets, it doesn't look big, but trust me, we are watching this live, and these are really humongous 6s coming in from the bat of Tony Ura. Required rate now coming down drastically to 8.83.
This guy is an absolute beast. What a shot that was. My goodness. Down the ground once again towards long on. Back-to-back 6s. Tony Ura knows only one number, and it is SIX. Half a dozen.
Well, 100 up for Papua New Guinea with that 6. Tony Ura, if it's in the slot, it's going to go on the other plot.
My goodness, he's making a rapper out of my co-commentator, Eminem. Watch out for DJ Shoaib. Current run rate above 9 now. Tony Ura, ballistic hitting against Helauya France. And immediately the captain has gone over to have a chat with his bowler. Stop bowling it in the slot. This guy is going to punish you.
Yes, that's right. These brilliant pictures are coming in thanks to some great camera work from our cameramen. Absolutely. Expensive looking figures for Hilauya France. 2.2 overs, 26 runs given. He could have played that again. It was in the slot. But because Tony had already got 2 already in the over, he decided against it.
The PNG dugout now cheering every run. They believe they have victory within their reach. Thanks to that man on screen, Tony Ura. Look at that, clean as a whistle. Absolute steepler, went over the floodlights and bounced into the next cricket oval. Oh,
right.
inside edge. Say Bao, has he got him? Yes, he has. Hilauya France produces a wicket for Namibia.
That's right. Hilau gets his first. 104 for 2 now. And Bao, in fact, that is the third wicket. And Bao is the last victim. So some relief there for Hilauya France. He was expensive, but finally he's got a wicket to his name.
13 runs already off the over, but getting that prized wicket, breaking the partnership. Round the wicket, another off break, but this time it went on with the arm inside edge, and that's a brilliant take by Zayn Green
That's
behind
right.
the stumps.
Yes, it's not easy, these catches. They're all about reflexes. And that was a good catch taken. Papuanewguinea now lose their third wicket. And it is Hilauya France who gets his first. 104 for 3 now after 11.4 overs.
Having a mini conference there, getting some fluids in. A new batter has joined Tony Ura, who has definitely become the player to dismiss for the Blue Eagles of Namibia. But he's striking the ball absolutely beautifully. I think there's not going to be any more spin bowl to him after this. They'll have to switch to the seamers. They have David Wisa, J.J. Smith, Michael Van Lingen as well. New batter coming in is Vanua. He was also back as a T20. So they've sent him out there to propel that run rate. A cameo of about 15 of 8, 18 of 10 would do very nicely here, Shoaib.
Yes, that's right. Now the momentum has to continue for Papuanewguinea. They've got a few runs on the board in that previous over. This over, look at that, 13 runs already. Yes, he's got a wicket.
Brilliant appeal from Hilau, very dramatic, Shakespearean. And Norman Vanua, he's played 24 games and he has 24 sixes. So he likes to deal in maximums. Nicely punched past the cover fielder. They're going to push for 2 and get it very easily. Good shot there from Norman. Timed it very nicely.
Yes, it was right off the meat of the bat, middle. He middled it really well, Norman. And will get 2, as you rightly said. 12 overs gone. Papuanewguinea are 106 for 3.
69 runs required in 8 overs by my calculation. Hope my arithmetic is correct. That's very manageable, Shoaib. You should be winning that game in this position. Norman Vanua out there 2 of 2. But Tony Ura 67 of 39. Charles Amini did a good job there, 25 of 20. They still have Jason Keela to come. Kipling Doriga, the wicketkeeper batter as well. Chad Soper can tonk the ball too. Definitely within their reach, PNG. They could be in for an upset victory.
Oh, yes, there is definitely a chance here. No doubt about that. And if you have Tony Ura for a few more overs, he is absolutely going to nail the game for Papuanewguinea the way he's playing.
Well, let me attempt a pun of my own here. If it's Tony Ura for a couple of overs, then it's going to be game over. Sorry, I apologize to all our viewers. The dad jokes are coming in thick and fast. And coming in thick and fast for Namibia will be J.J. Smith. Good bowling change.
That's right, J.J. Smith. Papuanewguinea needs 69 of 48. On the pads, going down leg. So around the wicket for the right-handers, that's a clear plan that J.J. Smith has been executing over the few games.
Yes, they know Tony is going to thrash the ball over extra cover down the ground, so they're trying to jam him up. Definitely makes sense, but JJ is not as quick as some of the other bowlers, so if he bowls it in the slot, Tony Ura is going to cash in big time.
Nicely played on the back foot. Will just be a single. Flat throw comes in. Good job there in the deep. Now what Norman has to do is just give the strike back to Tony Ura. Required run rate is 8.87, which is not that high. One boundary and over is what it needs to get that required run rate. As of now, Norman's mission, if you choose to accept, is to score singles and give the strike back to Tony Ura.
It's certainly not mission impossible today. It's more a test of their temperament rather than their skills. They've done the heavy lifting already, thanks to Tony Ura and Charles Amini. Nicely worked away to the point fielder. Chance for a run out. He would have been absolutely stone dead there if there was a direct hit. Very, very lucky there.
It's a very risky run taken there. Tony Ura also knows and realizes that he needs to face the maximum number of balls. He's the man who's set. So look at that run here again. A direct hit, and Tony Ura was not even in the frame at that moment. This is suicidal running and not required at all.
Down the ground, trying to power it through extra. Bit of a bottom edge, but he'll take it for now. Just like I said earlier, Shoaib, it's a test of temperament. Why did you need to take that single? Just relax, bat out the overs. You've done the heavy bulk of the scoring. Just need to take those singles, hit the odd boundary. You will get those opportunities. But these guys are taking a lot of risks.
The last thing that Papua New Guinea want right now is a run out, and that too of Tony Ura. You don't need to give away your wickets. Singles are not that important, as you're already getting some extras.